Hey. This is your girl, Stephanie A. Win. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So, listen, I wanted to come on live. We're going to talk about today's topic is, do you know your worth? Tag, share, invite your friends. We're going to talk about that word worth today. And um I'm just excited about this topic today. As you all know, if you don't know, if I'm new to your timeline, my name is Stephanie A. Wynn. I'm the author of Ready, Set, Go, a simple guide to establishing a successful small business. And I am here to help assist those who have a business. They don't have a brand. You're an author, you aspire to be an author, and you don't have a brand. I'm here to assist you as well. So let's get into it. Let me log into. Okay, so I'm live here. Okay. All right, y'all. Tag your friends. Happy Tuesday. I'm excited. So today we're going to talk about, do you know your worth? This is today's topic. Do you know your worth in your business? Do you know your worth in your brand? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we start businesses, we don't really know our worth. We will underprice our products or services simply because we just don't know. We just don't know what we don't know, right? And so sometimes what happens is you end up underpricing yourself so that you end up going out of business because there wasn't like a strategic plan put together. And in that plan, it included your business model canvas or how you were going to price. There wasn't enough market research done for the products and or services that you're going to offer. So let me turn my heater off real quick. I have my little space heater because sometimes it's cold. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to Facebook Live. Thank you all for tuning in. Give a shout out to my Facebook group. I've started my business now. What? Hello, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are on YouTube, thank you all for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button and tag, share with your friends. If you have someone who has a business, someone who started a business and they don't know how to move from just simply starting a business to knowing what to charge for their price products or services, then this live is for them. So tag your friends, invite your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. So today's topic is, do you know your worth, right? Do you know your worth? So let's get into this topic. I want you to write this down. If you have a pen, a pencil, a tablet, write this down. I want you to write down this question because I think it's so important that you know, like, what is worth? Like, what does that mean? Do you know what worth mean? Worth really is simply value. It's the value of something or someone, right? Do you know your value in yourself? First of all, do you know your value in yourself? Do you believe in yourself, right? But let's get back to worth. Do you know what worth is? What is worth? What is worth? Worth is just simply valuing something or someone, right? I'm just saying. So let's talk about worth. A lot of business owners, they have, I'm not saying all, but some, specifically my startups, because startups, and when you're in the startup phase, and I'm talking like from inception to maybe 3 to 5 years, right? Inception to 5 years. You're just trying to figure out things. You're trying to figure out the marketplace. You're trying to figure out who your actual product or service is for, right? So I want to talk about that today. I want to help you all with that. First, you need to know how much value you bring to the table with this product and or service, right? Let's first talk about that. Do you know the value that you bring with your product or service? Do you know that? First of all, What is it? So I'm going to give you an example. If you are a service-based business and you provide a service to your audience, whether it's maybe your niche is coaches, consultants, or maybe you coach authors, right? Do you know the value that you bring to this group of people, like with the services that you offer? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. So, do you know the value that you bring? Um, and a lot of times people don't know their worth. They don't know their worth. Yesterday I did I talked about those 3 questions, those survey questions that I had asked. And one of them was, what's the number one struggle you have right now with pricing your products or services in your business? And someone, I think it was Kim from the DMV, she just said knowing her worth, not knowing her worth. So she doesn't know the value that she brings to the table with her products or services. So that's what I want to talk about today. Do you know your worth? Do you know your worth? Do you actually know your worth? If you can hear me on Facebook, give me a thumbs up. If you are tuning in for the first time, give me a thumbs up. If you're catching this on a replay, hashtag replay. But if you don't know your worth, I want you to type in the comments right now, worth, hashtag worth, right? Hashtag worth. And knowing your worth is pretty much saying that, like, I don't know the value that I bring to the table for this very thing. I'm just saying. Hey, Bianca, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Renee, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I want you to tag and share with your friends, share with the people we're talking about. Do you know your worth? Do you know your worth? And a lot of times, let's talk about like what worth mean. I want to elaborate on worth because worth is simply the value of something or someone. That is as simplistic as I can get it. It's the value. It's the value or the value of something or someone. So let's take this even further, right? Let's take this even further. Hey, Renee, thank you for tuning in. Do you value yourself? Do you value you? Thank you. Thank you so much, Renee, for sharing. So I'm going to talk about this. We know that worth is the value of someone or something. But do you believe in yourself? I know this number 4. And I know I got these in order, but I want to talk about this. We know it's the value of someone or something. But do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? I'm just saying. You got to believe in yourself in order to know your worth. You see how that makes sense? So if you don't believe that you can start this business, you don't believe that you could charge premium prices for your product or services, you don't believe that you can onboard new clients, then how do you expect the people to believe in you to buy what you're selling? I'm just saying. You got to believe in yourself. So we talk about what is your worth. The worth is it's the value of someone or something. So it's the value of you. Let's start with us first. Now, we'll get to the business and the products and the services. Let's talk about you. Do you value who you are? So many of us we have a business, we have great ideas. We aspire to be great. We hire the best of these people to come in and review our business models to tell us that, if there's a hiccup in something or, what could be done better. But we do all of that because do you really believe in yourself? Because if you believe in yourself and you believe in the value that you bring, then everything else is going to run smoothly for you. You'll pricing your product and services, it will be a breeze to you. You'll believe in it. You'll believe in the product. You'll believe in the service, right? Let me tell you something. This is the 2nd edition of my book, right? Ready, Set, Go, A Simple Guide to Establishing a Successful Small Business. My first version of my book, and I really believe so much in my book because I know that this book has essential tools for startups. I believe in this book. I still believe this book was published in 2017. I believe in my book. And every chance that I get to, I'm going to promote my book in any of my products or services, right? So, because I know that if I'm working with business owners, authors who are starting their journey with writing a book, they're going to need my book because being an author, it is a business. And that's what the publishing companies aren't telling you. You have to be, you're an author. Yeah, you got to pay royalty payments on those taxes on those royalty payments. So again, I believe in my book. I wanted more from my book. I wanted more from my book. I didn't want just my book to just die. Right? It's popular for just a temporarily, but no. I wrote this book cuz I wanted to continue on. That opened up the pathway, but I believed in this book. I believed in this book. I believed in this book. I still believe in this book, right? No matter what I've gone through with this book, with the publishing of this book, I could tell you some stories, but that's for another session, right? This is my book and I believe in it. So whether it's a book, whether it's a brand or it's a business, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Do I believe in myself? Because if you believe in you, then you know what your worth is, right? So let's keep moving. I can go on and on this soapbox over here about this worth because I want you all to be really, really be intentional about knowing your worth. Be intentional about knowing your worth. Hey, Katara, thank you for tuning in. Katara, thank you for tuning in. Hey, if y'all need editing, Katara, drop your link in the group. She's really good. She's an editor. Love for words editing. She will hook you right on up. Tyra is, and she's a podcaster, guys. So yeah. So listen, excuse me. I want you all to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. If you are if you have a product or service and you know that it is really good, it will transform people, it will make a difference in the lives of people, it will help them move from point A to point B. If you know this, guess what? Then you should know that your product or service solve a problem. It solves a problem, right? You should know this. Does your product or service solve a problem? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Your product or service solves a problem. So that's what I want you to ask yourself. That's number 3. I know I went straight to do you believe in yourself? That was number 4, but number 3 is does your product or service solve a problem? Hey, Pauline, thank you for tuning in. Does your product or service solve a problem? If you have a business, whether it's service-based or product-based, does it solve do you have a solution to somebody's problem? Right? We talked about, do you know your worth? For those that are tuning in, if you don't know your worth, I need you to put #worth. If you don't know the value that you're bringing, I need you to put #value. Right? So yesterday I talked about what's the number one struggle you have right now with pricing your products or service in your business. I heard some people, they just need help with creating the products or service to offer, right? Or I asked them, what's more important? Is it creating the product or service, or is it pricing the product or service? So again, does your product or service solve a problem? I want you to answer that. Does your product or service solve a problem? And again, only you know that. But some people don't know that. There is a lot of business owners, they have this product or service. We will start a business. We'll get the LLC. We'll even go and get the trademark. We'll go get it registered. We'll even get the website. We'll get all these designs, the colors and everything put together. And we don't know the value that we bring. Because we don't know our worth, right? We don't know that this very thing will change someone's life, the value. We talked about what is worth in the beginning of this video, right? This live. And I said worth is, simply put, worth is the value of someone or something. Simple. Simple. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, happy Tuesday. Tag, share, invite your friends. If you know someone who is needing assistance with getting their business off the ground, if you need help with your product or pricing your product or service, invite them to the live, right? The goal is for me to be authentic, transparent, and to ask these questions. A lot of us have businesses. We'll start a business, and we will self-sabotage things. We'll overthink, oh, this is not perfected correctly, or maybe nobody knows me, they're not going to buy what I'm selling, right? I hear that all the time. I know I used to do that. They don't know me, so they're not going to buy anything. But I remember when I published this book, the first edition, and I hired a coach, a speaker coach, and I was excited. And someone said, well, I said, I want to be a speaker. I just want to tell my story. And so he said, well, who are you? Nobody knows who you are. So you got to get to work. So I had to get to work. I had to get to work. I had to get to work. So what I mean by that is, if you know that this product or service is going to help transform the lives of your community of people, and they're active on Facebook, you have an idea, you have the information, but you're just not quite sure on what you should be charging. You're not quite sure if your product or service is going to be of substance to this community of people, then you don't know your worth. And worth is just pretty much value, the value that you're going to bring, the value in your product or service. So if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're a speaker, teacher, preacher, right? What's the value you're bringing to your community of people? I'm just saying. So, does your product or service solve a problem? And then I'm going to go back to, do you believe in yourself? Like, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself first, and then the product and the service, right? Do you believe in your product or service? That's number 5. So I'm going to go back through these because I want you all to get these in order. I just went out of order because I was so excited about wanting to get you to understand about the value, worth, what that means, and the value, right? But do you truly believe in your product or service? I'm just saying, do you truly believe in your product or service? Because I say this a lot. If you don't believe in it, how do you expect the people, your community of people, to buy into what you're selling? How do you expect them to believe enough in what you have to buy into it? If you're a barber or you're a stylist or esthetician, right? And you provide a service, maybe you're a massage therapist, you provide a service, the people are going to come back because they believe in what you can produce, your services. Yes. Pauline said, I hear you, and it's time for me to reevaluate it. Absolutely. You got to believe in your product or service. Again, you may have something, there's one person waiting for what you have. One person. Sure, you could do all these things, you can be on all these different platforms, but there may be just one person just waiting for what you have. And in order for them to get that, you have to show up. But before you show up, you got to believe. First of all, you have to believe in yourself. That's where the worth is going to come in at. Like, your worth, what is worth? It's value. It's the value in something, someone. So you got to believe in you. If you don't believe in you, how do you expect anybody to believe in what it is you have? You can have 10 businesses, but if you don't believe that you could move from point A to point B to point C, nobody's buying. I'm just going to keep it real. Nobody's going to buy. So, do you believe in your product or services? Do you? Give me a yes. Give me a no. Give me a maybe. So, if you're watching on Facebook, if you believe in your product or services, hashtag yes. If you don't, hashtag no. Just saying. I'm just saying. So, here's the deal. I'm about to show you something. I'm going to go back through this. So, the topic today is, do you know your worth, right? Do you know your worth? Do you know the worth that you have? Do you know the worth within yourself? Do you know you are worthy? You know, you hear that, when they say God is worthy to be praised. Do you know you are worthy? Like, what about you individually? Right? Come on now. Okay. Pauline says yes, but still need more continuing education. Okay. But even with that, Pauline said hashtag yes. Yes. Come on now, Bianca, Renee. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your product or services? Katira, do you believe in your product or service? Come on, I need y'all to really let's dive in. Do you know your worth? And your worth is the value. What is worth? Number one is, what is worth? Worth is the value of someone or something. Right? It's the value of someone or something. Tyra say yes, she believes. Okay, all right. What is your worth? What is your worth? Come on now. Does your product or service solve a problem? Does it? Does it really solve a problem? And if it does, do you believe in that? Do you believe in it? Have you put in the sweat? Have you put in the sweat equity? Not just sweat equity, like you can call things into existence, but you also have to do the work. Like, come on, I'm just saying. But does your product or service solve a problem? Do you have a solution for this group of people who are your ideal customers? Do you have a solution to their problem? Do you? Right? Starting out, it can be challenging to stick to your prices if you don't know your worth. Sometimes you lower your prices, but that's usually not the best option. Let me tell you something. And I think that is Katira. Katira said, starting out can be challenging to stick to your prices if you don't know your worth. Sometimes you lower your prices, but that's usually not the best option. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. I have been there. Sometimes you lower your prices just to get the sale, simply because I didn't know my value that I was bringing, and I didn't know my worth, right? And that is why I am so intentional, and I'm so passionate about helping my entrepreneurs with pricing their product and services. And I think the problem is, like I said, we will start a business, we will go through branding, we will go through marketing, we will actually market the business first before we even have a website, before we even have a landing page, before we have an email list. We will start marketing and selling to our friends and family. And what happens is that we have no plan of action. There's no plan put together. And in that plan goes your price, right? There's no market research being done when we're starting these businesses. We just see what we see on social media. We're on information overload, and nobody really knows what they should be charging for this particular service because, again, it goes back to, I'm going to say this, you got to believe in yourself first. That's one. You got to believe in yourself, number one. Believing in yourself, right? To believe in yourself is to know your true worth. So once you believe in yourself, right? Do you believe in your product and or service? I'm just saying. Once you believe in yourself and you know that you have this thing, oh, I have this thing that's going to help change people. I have this essential guide. This book, Ready, Set, Go. We talk about time management, right? Time management. My first chapter is Why Do Businesses Fail? Second edition. Why do businesses fail? Because I want you to understand the real, like, you may fail in marketing, right? You may fail in marketing. I talk about what type of business are you, the entities. I'm educating you. So again, when I believe in this book, I believe in this product or service because you know why? I know this book is going to open up the doors for me to help other entrepreneurs. A lot of people don't like dealing with startups because they're so needy. And I'm going to continue to say that the reason why startups are so needy because they don't know what they don't know. They don't have the tools and the essential tools and resources that they need. Sure, you can go to your local city business startup programs. They inundate you with so much papers, tons of paper. And some people can't learn like that. Some people need that one-on-one, right? Again, but you got to believe in your product and or service. You got to believe in yourself first to believe in your product and or service, right? So that your audience, the people who are most likely to buy into what you're selling, that they will buy into that. Does that make sense? I'm just saying that it's definitely you got to understand that if you can get that concept down, that's half the battle, right? Believing in yourself first, right? And so I'm gonna and these are just extra bonus questions. Like the next questions I want to talk about is like, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be 6 months from now? 6 months from now, where do you want to be? 6 months from now, I'm sure you want to be further than where you are right now, right? But to do that, do you want to consistently sell your product or service? I know you do if you're in business, like on a consistent basis, not just one-offs. You know, again, a lot I see a lot of authors, they write books, they have ebooks, and their book just die. It dies. They just let it just sit there. They don't promote it. They don't talk about it after the buzz die down. They don't talk about it. Your book cannot promote itself. It can't sell itself. So you have to do the selling. You have to do the promoting. You have to believe in it. Pauline said more stability. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yes, yes. More stability. Again, these are just questions that I want you all. Listen, I am hosting this masterclass, not for me, but I'm hosting this masterclass, the Charging Your Worth with Confidence masterclass next Saturday, because I want to help my business owners. There's a lot of business owners out here. They have a wonderful business model, but they just struggle with believing that they can do this very thing. And it's time for us to get out of that mindset. You got to know your worth. You got to believe in your prices. Your price is your price. If you charge $10,000 for what it is you're selling, your price is your price. It's just your price. So here's another question. Are you clear about your pricing? Do you know what you're supposed to be charging for the services or products that you're offering? You should know that. If somebody reach out to you, hey, Stephanie, you know, how much is it for a triple scoop of ice cream? I had my pricing down. Triple scoop, okay. It's gonna be about $7. Starting at 7, depending on if you're getting a regular cone or if you want a waffle cone. If you want a waffle cone, yeah, it's about 10. You see where I'm going with this? Like I'm clear on it. Yeah, I'm clear. So you got to be clear too. You can't be scrambling. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look. Let me get my book. Let me look to see what my price. No, you should be clear on your pricing. And the only way to do that is you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself to know the worth that you have. You have to know this. So to get clear on your pricing, people practice this. They know this. Yes. State your price with confidence. State your price with confidence. You got to believe in it. I remember having book signings. I went on a nationwide book tour from the East Coast, Midwest to the West Coast, right? Barnes and Noble, Books A Million. I went colleges, FAMU, DePaul University, Cal State University. Went on a book tour, and someone approached my table one time and said, "How much is your book?" I quoted them the price. "Oh, that's too much." Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Right? Would you like a pen? Would you like my author card? Right? You got to be all right with that. People are going to do that. People are going to say that your price is too expensive. That's okay. People are going to say that. You cannot get upset. You can't even take it personal. It's okay. I said before, like Katara said, sometimes you lower your price because you're wanting to get the sale. And sometimes getting that sale, just that getting that sale will be the most headache. It will cause the most headache. And it's not that they're being, malicious, or they're being just nitpicking on something. A lot of times when you have someone come through your pipeline and they're uncertain, first of all, you got to make it clear in the consultation, or if it's a product and they want more clarity on it, your product should disclose that. Like, it should be clear what they're going to get. A lot of times when they're back and forth like that, because they're really not clear on what they're getting. And it's up to you to disclose this information so that they are clear on what they're getting. Detail it out. If you got to send them a quote or a proposal, detail it out so they're clear on what they're getting. So Pauline said, I try not to give a direct price until they are in my chair or consultation with hair, because it's different lengths. Yeah. So again, and what all is involved with that client's hair. Okay. And that's true, Pauline. Again, what you're doing is doing a consultation, and as you should. Yeah, the cheapest clients usually, Tyra said, the cheapest clients usually require the most time and energy. Yes. That is the purpose of me having this masterclass. So let me tell you what I want you all to do right now. I want you to go to your Instagram. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Facebook bio. Does your bio tell your audience what you actually do, what it is that you do? Right? So they know exactly what you're doing. Like we're talking about, do you know your worth? First, you want the people to understand what it is that you actually do. So they know before they even approach you, they know what you do. Because they're going to look you up anyway. People do their due diligence. They research you. They look you up. And so you got it to be clear on your pricing, right? You have to make it clear before you get the people in your pipeline. Before you talk to these people, you should be clear on your pricing. You should be clear. You got to be clear, right? So the masterclass, what is included in the masterclass? So let me go over what we're going to be talking about in the Charging Your Worth with Confidence masterclass. That masterclass, it is going to be amazing. I'm super excited. It is You're going to learn how to find your ideal customer before selling your products or services. Because one thing I do know is this, is that if you don't know who your audience is, you'll be selling to people and you'll get crickets, a lot of crickets, or people will buy and then the buzz will die down. This is all a part of marketing. Remember, marketing is something that you gotta know you gotta do your research, right? You're also going to learn how to package your products and services and get results. Get results. It's one thing to package your products or service, but it's another thing to get results. And people need results, right? And I'm going to teach you how to build confidence in your business. Like you gotta have this confidence in you, right? You gotta know that you can do this very thing. And then I'm going to teach you how to charge premium prices for your service. What that looks like, the framework, the method, right? Spell it out for you simplistically. For those that have attended my master classes, they know that like I get straight to it. I don't fluff you. I don't uh tell you that I'm gonna help you make six figure. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you the framework. You got to do the work, right? So what's included? What's included? You're gonna get the Charging Your Worth with Confidence Masterclass. It's a 1.5 hour live training with questions and answers where you will learn how to price your product and services, right? With confidence. And you'll get the pricing profit multiplier checklist. So you're going to have a checklist of your pricing, right? And then you're going to get the interactive pricing workbook. You need to know how to price your product and services. You need to know how to package them. And I think a lot of this come where the uncertainty with pricing your products is we don't know how to package them. The wording is off. It's not quite clear what they're getting. You also get the ideal client template. So you'll know who your customer avatar is. Remember, I say I have two. Their names are Sam. It's a girl and a guy. It's a lady and a man. And Sam, the lady, is an aspiring emerging author who doesn't have a author brand, right? She needs to get in front of her ideal audience, reader audience. Sam, the guy, is an emerging business owner. He has a business, but he has no business brand. Nobody knows that he exists. You see how I'm clear on the people that I'm serving? Those two people. And then inside, you'll get the recorded replay of the masterclass and the autographed signed copy of the second edition of my book. So again, you go to stephaniewin.com/masterclass. If you know somebody who needs help with pricing, if you're tired of not getting paid your worth, you need to be in this masterclass. I'm just saying. So if you have any questions, you can DM me. If you want to sign up, I'm going to drop the link in Facebook, on my Facebook page. I'll drop the link there. If you're in the group, the I've Started My Business Now What group, I'll drop the link in there as well. Listen, every day I'm going to talk about pricing your product or service. It's a must. You got to get it right. I know you're tired of being not sure of what you're charging. You should know, like in business, you should know that. And it's a simple fix. A lot of us sit and overthink, and we look at other people business models. That's good to look at them as a point of reference, but to really nail down for your business, you really have to sit down and take the time. And a lot of us don't want to take the time. It's work. You got to put in work. You have to put in work. You have to set aside the time. And sometimes it may require that you invest in a masterclass or get training. I'm just saying. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Remember, we talked about, do you know your worth? Right? We talked about what is worth. Worth is, simply put, it's value on someone or something, right? It's the value in something or someone. Does your product or service solve a problem? Does it? Do you have a solution to the people that you're assigned to problem? Right? And do you believe in yourself? Do you believe enough in yourself to know that you can sell this product or service? Do you believe enough in yourself? And do you believe in your products or services? Do you? And the other question was, where do you want to be 6 months from now? Where do you want to be 6 months from now? I know you want to be further than where you are now. That I do know. You should. You should have that goal, right? And are you clear on your pricing? Are you clear on your pricing? If not, hashtag no. And you need to register for this masterclass if you're not clear. Because when you leave this masterclass, you will be clear on your pricing. You'll be clear on the products and services that you're offering. And you're going to know how to package your products and services so that you can charge premium prices, right? And what is premium? Premium may be upwards of over 100 to some people. I don't know. But we're going to dive in and find out, right? So this is your girl, Stephanie A. Wynn. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day. If nothing else, be safe. Until we meet again, see you tomorrow. Bye.